Yeah, the person who gave us the assignment. So let me give you the form. Okay. You have insurance? Yes.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Today's topic is Redfin leads. So, we're going to talk about what is Redfin, how we get the leads, what are their requirements, their commission structure, and how we actually apply for Redfin. All right. So, Redfin is a competitor to Zillow and Realtor.com. So, if we are on, if a client goes to Redfin.com directly, right, they do their own advertisement, right? If you're on their website and click on as a buyer now, you're clicking on any of the properties that you do like, right? So let's say it's this property here, and the client wants to tour this property. If they want to actually view this property, they would actually select a date, right? Tour in person and schedule tour. And Redfin will actually send them the Redfin will actually send the leads to the client or to the agents that's actually working with Redfin, right? So this is what the buyer will do: select this option, and Redfin will send it to their agents, right? And now for the agents side, right? So there's top agents that they've been working with. You can add your reviews and be on even, show up on their main page and stuff like that. Okay. To apply, you would go to redfin.com / partner. Okay, redfin.com / partner. I'll share this link, but it's fairly simple. Redfin.com / partner. Okay, they work very similar to OpCity, where they don't charge anything on monthly basis. Yeah, there's no monthly fees for them, but they do charge on the closing. Okay, and the current percentage that they're charging is 30% right now. Okay, this can change at any time, but right now they're charging 30% at every closing. Okay, so just like how we're doing with Zillow, sorry, with Opcity, that you stay with our brokerage, they will send you the leads directly to your phone. Okay, all right. So they just you need to have a your license be in good standing, that you're active, and they do want 5 deals closed in the last 12 months. Okay, so that is their one of their biggest requirement. So if you do qualify, you click on apply now, and then you can read this that like we just said that you pay them at the closing, so nothing before that, right? And everything else is how we supposed to be treating the customers and honestly and stuff like that. Okay. To apply, you type in your name, first name, last name, your email address, put your company email here, your phone number, your license number, and select New York. For the brokerage, you're gonna put broker name, my full name. Brokerage name is LJ Realty Team. Okay, all this information is pretty straightforward. But how many deals have you closed? This is really important, right? As we said before, that they want 5 closing in the last 12 months, and Redfin will verify this information. Okay, and which territory, which areas you want to cover, and answer these questions. Okay. Once you do submit it, usually within 72 hours, they get back to you and either approve or decline you, right? So coming to the commission, right? Like we said, right now is at 30% for them. So let's say it's a $500,000 property that you sold, and it was 2% commission. You got total commission that you got for that property is $10,000. So the breakdown for that will be $2,000 goes to you're at level one right now, right? Let's pretend you're at level one, and it's 80% to you, 20% to the brokerage, to us, right? So $2,000 goes to us, $3,000, which is 30%, goes to Redfin, and you're left with 50%, which is $5,000. Okay, if you compare that to Op City, it's 8% higher, which for Op City, right? So it's 38% for Op City, and if you see the breakdown, instead of 5,000, you'll be taking home 4,200 for Op City compared to Redfin. But for brand new agents, you can't basically go with Redfin right away because you need to close 5 deals. That's why we say Op City is a good option to start off with, and once you close few deals, or at least 5 deals, you definitely want to go to Redfin. But another option you want to have open is your Zillow, right? Zillow is not charging anything at the closing, but they do charge on monthly basis, right? And how much they're charging, that depends on the zip code that you want to be in, which position you want to be in. They have a ranking system, and yeah, basically how much you're willing to pay. It can be as low as $200 or as high as $800 for one zip code, right? But once we just had this conversation with another agent that closed few deals with Op City, and when he's calculating it, it turns out maybe Zillow leads option might be a better option for him now, because paying that 38% is too much for Op City, and like I said, Zillow might be a better option when you do a yearly cost, right? So let's say you just want to spend $400.
Question for you.
Yeah.
So are you saying 800? This is like you're saying monthly or yearly for the
For
Zillow fee?
Zillow, let's say as high as 800. Let's say you want to spend $400. Let's say you as an agent have a budget, right, of $400 per month, right? You want to spend on leads for Zillow. So if you do that, 400 times 12, which is a year, you're going to spend $4,800. Right? 400 times 12,
It's better
$4,800
than City then,
per
I
year.
guess.
Yeah. So the amount of leads that you'll get from Op City or Redfin, you're gonna get it from Zillow as well. I don't both plans work. Actually, all three of them. 38. Once you hit 5 deals, you want to go to 30. Right, with Redfin, you want to like that's the goal. After 5 deals, everyone from Op City should go here if you don't want to spend on monthly basis. But if you just want to go with monthly basis, then I would go with Zillow, because all three of them, like I said, the websites are like top notch. They're like the advertising so heavily in every zip code
Yeah,
out there.
it's
So
very
the
popular.
Yeah, so the buyers are actually going directly to their websites. Even our agents, some of them, the websites are so like easy to use. So many agents use these websites too, which is perfectly fine. But to advertise, when you do the math, Zillow is not a bad option, especially when you start closing deals, and you don't want to pay too much to Opcity or Redfin, right? So this we reviewed, um, right? Review the application already. It's fairly simple. Like I said, the biggest thing is just the uh, five closings is required for Redfin, right? Questions, concerns? Okay. So another negative point about Zillow compared to other, which I actually witnessed when I was doing advertisement on Zillow as well. So let's say there's a foreclosure or short sale that comes, right? On the market, and it's not available. Most of the time listing agent already has someone, or they just list it because the bank requires them, and because of that listing, it might eat up your budget too. So I witnessed that, and there's no way to block just one particular property on Zillow. So let's say you just want to spend $400, and they say they're going to give you 40 leads for that month or something. uh, One property literally can eat up your budget. So that's one downside of Zillow. But overall, like I said, it's a good starting point for Zillow. It is a 6 months commitment, whereas these guys, there's no commitment at all. So again, if you're brand new, I'll start with 38% for Op City. After a few deals, either go to Redfin or Zillow, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Just want to know if anyone has questions, if anyone have any experience with Opcity or Redfin or Zillow before, or no? Everyone new here.
Just like you have one thing.
Yeah, sure, Mohammed.
There's one name is being famous in the Facebook, like the bold lease. They're gonna provide you for seller and buy bold lease as well. So what do you think about that one comparatively Redfin? How about the bold lease? Good one? Or you could go for
Y-
that one or not?
Sure, we'll actually have another seminar for bold leads and Facebook, but in everyone's bookmarks, there's bold leads option there, right? I'll get their details too. I haven't personally used it. I heard a lot of good stuff about them too, so we'll have that as a option too. All these leads forms of advertisement, you just got to test it to see how it goes. But this is the bold leads. Again, they will provide you leads. I don't know how much they're charging. Is it? Do you know anything? Did they get in touch with you ever before, or you got in touch with
Yes,
them?
I did. Yes. So they normally charge like 70 to $800 per month. They have contract they have to make like 6 months. Now means they have one promotion that you can choose if you get the buy lease or seller lease. If you choose for seller lease, they exclusively give you seller lease only. Like 10 to 15, 20 lease per month within the within this budget. And
So
then one particular
they're just charging on monthly basis. They're not charging. They're like Zillow, right?
exactly like below, and they means they guarantee just like whatever the lead they provided, and
Mm-hmm.
the agent definitely gonna close it. Means like they give 100% guarantee. Every agent will close it. So
Yeah.
this thing I never had any other website.
Okay.
So I'm confused. Like, should I go for that? No. The spending money, it's not a big deal. Just spending money for something, but we don't get anything ROI. So you just spend money on something.
Yeah, no, no. Boldly's like I said, it is up there. Again, it's as long as it depends on which route. Because, to be honest, like if it's a brand new agent, I don't recommend paying from their pocket because, like I said, there's no like savings from you haven't closed any deals, right? So you want to make sure that you at least close at least one deal with Opcity, even though you're paying 30%. Let's say it's $10,000, right? And you after all the expenses, you're taking home 4,200. At least with that 4,200 you can say, hey, I'm going to spend a little bit on on Zillow or get started. But if there's no closing, it's hard for them to make a commitment to even Bold Leads or Zillow per month on especially $400 or $300 every month, and they haven't closed a deal. you know and it does not, like, even if they give you leads, right? Let's say you just get started, you're going to close that particular lead for at least 2 months. So this thing, like I said, if it's a brand new agent, it's hard for them to go this route. I highly recommend going the Opcity way. But if you can afford it, if you have a second, you have another job, you have some savings that you really want to go this route, yeah, definitely try it out.
Regarding the leads, what I noticed on most of the websites, most of the companies, they get their leads from the Facebook. This is the way they generate the leads and they provide to the agent.
Facebook will always give you leads, but they'll give you the least quality ones. Like their leads are not like solid as Zillow or any of the other ones that we just mentioned. Um, just because Facebook will just they have so much spam. It's just like I not just with real estate, any type of advertisement that we do with Facebook, and you say, hey, I have my budget is $100 per month or $200. It could be any amount. They will definitely eat up that budget real quickly. They will give you leads, but it's just that majority of them will be spam compared to the other ones, because these guys are I don't know about bold leads where they getting their referrals from, but like Redfin, Zillow, they have their own websites, and their websites are like well known. So millions of people are actually going to Redfin on monthly basis, on Zillow, and the other ones, and they actually have buyers, and people are closing on those, right? Like Opcity used to be just Opcity by itself, and then Realtor.com came in and they actually bought them. So that even makes it better for the agents because they know they're getting solid leads.
So what do you think? How many leads can we get if we get registered for the Zillow? Because normally they provide most of the time the buyer lead compared to the seller one.
Yeah, even Redfin too. It says it. I was reading up on it too. They said they provide leads, buyers and sellers, but majority of them are uh, buyers leads. They know that because just because the inventory is so low, there's not many sellers out there. Um, it's getting sellers is like the $1 million question. That's always, it's hard to convince them. Even it's not like it's impossible. She thought he got one of the last listings that he got, it was from Op City, so it's not impossible. It's just that the percentages is really low. A lot of them are just buyers leads.
So how about the rental ones? Does it provide the rental leads too?
I believe so. I think they have rentals. Same thing with Opcity too. They'll take and they take the same Opcity for sure. They take the same amount because it's less than $150,000. Obviously, because it's a rental, they're gonna charge 30% on that on Opcity. I think Zillow does the same thing. They don't provide you. Obviously, they don't charge at the closing, but in that budget that you create, you can select, do you want to get rentals as well, or just buyers,
Thank you.
right? Yep. We mentioned before too with Opcity now, right? After you close 3 deals with them, let's say you're a brand new agent, then you can select the price range for them too. So this way you don't get any leads that's less than asking for less than $500,000, because it's harder to find properties unless they're looking for condos. So after 3 leads with Opcity, they'll open up the settings a little bit more for you. All right, guys.
One
Question?
more thing, like yeah,
Sure.
one more thing about the subsidy. So how can we remove some waste from the subsidy? Because sometimes I don't sort of find freedom. Like someone has contacted me for as an agent, and later I came to know that they're already working with some other agent. Someone wants to contact me directly with the listing agent, not with the contact one. So people are there just trying to explore something, but they're not ready to buy for the next 2 years. And
So
that
you
connection, if I keep in the release situation, if I keep releasing them, probably there will be so many leads to release. It
you
can
want
be
to
then
you want to
negative.
release them? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I have to release those clients because they are not ready to buy, or sometimes they are actually looking for something, but not the agent. But they already work for an agent. So that's why
Yeah, that's
normally
fine.
there's something, uh, if I keep putting in the release form, so if there is any negative impact to the agent, that they keep providing the leads and they're not so.
No, I mean, they, as long as you are now working with them, you can release them. So when you're on this page here, this is your page I'm looking at, right? Uh, when they want to update here, you can either hold them and or you can just release them. That could be for whatever reason. Um, I just want to point this out because it happened with another agent now. Let's say now you release your client from here, right? But you still have them in KV Core and you're showing them, and then 6 months down the line, they actually purchase it, right? And you close a deal with them. Redfin, Opcity, Zillow, these guys, this is how they're making their money. This is how their income is coming. So they're heavily invested, right? They have a lot of team members, they have a lot of systems where they're checking. So you can get a lead and release it, and then maybe 6 months down the line, the same person purchase it with you. They have ways of finding it too. So only release the ones that you actually don't want to work with for whatever valid reason. But if you have still have them in KV Core, great. But let's say you do close, you got to go back here, bring them back, because everything that you're releasing here, it has a list in your admin, right? You haven't released any, but you have. So these are your released ones, and then you can restore to make it active again, and tell them that, hey, we actually close the deal. Some of you guys might be wondering, how can they check that you actually close with them? Everything's public records. One is that they check all the closings that you have done for the whole year. All of these big companies, they're checking by the license numbers. So let's say you do have a closing, they want to find out who did you represent, right? which property did you represent, right? So they look at the deed for that property, or they check other systems online, right? And then they see who the buyer was. So they have different system, different layers of security to finding this information out. It might take them 6 months, 3 months, 2 days. It all matter. That doesn't matter how long it takes them, but they will get back to us as a brokerage. Hey, this person, this was the situation. We have to give the commission to them. So I don't want to go through that. So it's better to, just keep it real with them. If you're working with someone, great. If you want to release them, great. If they come back after 6 months and you're closing with them, and you got to make it active, uh, and actually pay Opcity their percentages,
Yes, I
right?
do understand. I have no intention to do like you're facing.
No, no,
Yes,
no,
I
not
think.
you, but somebody we just went through with
Yeah,
someone just like that, with this situation was there just a few days ago. So it's better that others are listening, and maybe we can, yeah, learn from it. So simple
not
rule,
like a
like,
profession.
yeah, if somebody is, you're not working with for whatever reason, or they're not responding to you, and you want to release them, that's perfectly fine.
So just for my question, if you keep putting in the release form, so it does not give any negative effect to us because
No, no,
most of the
no.
time, yeah, I've gone through with this experience. So sometimes people want the property in some of the place where the property start from $500,000, but they want something in $200,000. There's no way I can
Hmm.
work with it. It's a
Yeah.
waste of money. So I'm going to say, okay, fine, you can hire someone else, someone release. They will be in the release form all the way down. Definitely means they are not ready. It means they are definitely not ready for next 2 3 years. Secondly, for the KV core, so most of the leads I can realize that I want to remove them from KV core. So how can I do that? I try my best. I cannot find any option to move them from KV core.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, good point. So in KV core now, right? So let's say you're in your KV core here, and right, you want to look at, so any client that you want to remove, you cannot delete them, you can archive them. There's two ways of doing
Oh,
it. One, you can click on their name, right? You can click on more actions and archive
one
lead.
second. I'm in KV core.
More actions, archive.
There's more action. There's option more action.
You got that one?
No, not the more action. Oh yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay,
Archive.
yeah,
So you cannot delete
yeah.
anyone, but you can archive them. Okay. So when you archive them, meaning no one else can add this person to their system, right? Um, and if this person comes back to your website even 6 months down the line, it will automatically take them off from archive and make them a client again. Okay. So one way we said in the timeline, you can click on more action and archive, or if you're on the list here, let's say you have multiple, you have 4 or 5 of them, right? You just select whoever you want to archive, right? You just want to clean your list. You have 18, maybe you just want to clean it up. Let's say these four. Once you select them, up here it says more actions, and then archive contacts. Okay.
Mm. And secondly, means in KV core. So whatever the new properties come in the market, it directly shows on my email. And I asked the same question before. So what I normally do, I remove their email from the system because I don't want the customer should get this information about the property. But for most of the properties have the open house information on the picture. So instead of asking me to directly go there, they
Sure.
just like, so but that way I guess they cannot have the information about the property if I remove their email.
I understand. So right here, you don't have to remove the email. Let's say you have the email here, leave it the way it is. But right here, we're under actions, right? For the email, it says unsubscribed already, right? Let's go to a
Oh,
different one. This one too. This one right here. Look, this one, it says, this is a sample one, right? This one says send email. If you're seeing this option, that means they're gonna keep getting the emails. Again, click on more actions and click on unsubscribe from emails. If you click there and press yes, this way the system will not email them anything,
oh,
right?
okay.
for this person now, the next day you have a property, you want to send them this property, you click on it, it will take you to the listing page, click on more action and send via text. So you're going to actually send them a text message, right, of any property that you want to share with them,
Then why emails?
right? No email. Yeah, because you said unsubscribe, then no email will go to them.
Sometimes I remove their email address so they should not get the property.
You don't want
They
to
should not
remove
get
the email
random
address.
hassle.
If you, yeah, because the
Not,
KV Core is holding each, the email address. This is how, if someone else try to add them, this is how they're keeping it up to date. The names could be same for different clients, but the emails cannot, right? So everything is attached to an email address for them. So I will highly recommend that you don't remove the emails, but you just unsubscribe them for more actions. Okay. Any other questions, concerns, guys? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. Uh,
can I share two things that normally where I try to get some leads? There are two companies that provide some leads to the agent. I guess maybe some of them already know about it. So can I share it?
Sure, sure. Any of them.
There are one is called like verified leads. They charge an amount per lead. Like for example, if you want to buy a lead, they charge like something 22 or $25 per lead. And if you want the seller leads, they're gonna charge you like $35 per lead. It's up to you how many leads do you want per month, per
Mm-hmm.
week. Secondly, there is one more. It's called like pay per closing. They charge $500 as their upfront cost, and they start giving you leads. Once you close it, they're gonna charge you like 25 to 30%, like 25% of the commission. And this first 25% commission, it will be, I mean, first $500 if you invest it, it will be removed to your first closing. The rest of it will reward you. If you get closed, they're gonna charge you 25% after closing. There's no upfront cost.
Okay, Mohammed. I think it's gonna be better if you can just send us in that group message that we have on WhatsApp, right? Put both of the companies' names, so we can, yeah, and all the information that you're saying. So this way, at least one or two other agents can let us know, if they have any experience on, maybe they can try it out. Okay.
Sure, sure, no
Because
problem.
it's 11 o'clock, so we want to let you know for tomorrow we do have our meeting on contingencies, right? So we'll give you a full breakdown of home inspection and your bank appraisal contingencies, what's the reason that we have them. All right. It's already 11 o'clock, guys. If you guys don't have any questions, you guys can get going. If you do, let me know.